Dear students, welcome to 10th standard physics class. We will study today the part 4th video wherein we are going to discuss the formation of images in a convex mirror. So, a convex mirror will be bulged outwards. The reflecting surface will be bulged outwards wherein the light gets reflected and it appears as if it is coming from the focus. So that is a convex mirror. So in a convex mirror you will see the diminished image. This is your convex mirror. So how the image is formed in a convex mirror? For that, with the help of the ray diagram, let us understand the formation of image in a convex mirror. If the position of the object is at infinity, here in this ray diagram we have the convex mirror Mn and this is the reflecting surface, and we have the object at infinity. The object is at infinity and two parallel rays that fall on this reflecting surface, they reflect and they appear as if they are coming from the focus. So the position of the image will be at focus, and nature of the image is highly diminished point size image. Highly diminished point size image is formed, and this image is formed on the, because the focus is behind the mirror, so the virtual image is formed and the image is erect, means it is upright. Erect means upright. So a virtual image is formed. So in this convex mirror, when the object is at infinity, image will be formed at the focus, a point size image will be formed and it is virtual and erect. Now, if the position of the object is from pole to any point in before infinity, from infinity to any point P, means suppose it may be here or here or here. If the position of the object is in between infinity and the pole, then the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will reflect backward as if it is coming from, diverging from the focus, and another ray which is passing directly through the center of curvature will retrace the path. The point where the two rays meet, here we have the position of the image. A dash B dash is the image, and image is formed between the pole and the focus, and you can see it is also diminished image but virtual and erect, because image is formed behind here, so it is a virtual image, and you can see the image is upright, so it is a virtual image. So in these two cases, here you have the position of the object is between infinity to the pole and the image is formed behind the mirror. It is a virtual image, upright image. Image is formed between pole and the focus. So this is how image is formed in a convex mirror. Now my dear children, you might have understood now how the image is formed in a plane mirror, in a concave mirror and a convex mirror. Now compared to all these three, a plane mirror, a concave mirror and a convex mirror, in which you are going to get a full view of the object which is at a distance. So if you try seeing any tree which is far away from outside with the mirror, you try with a concave mirror, a plane mirror or a convex mirror, you observe that in a convex mirror you can have a full view of the object which is at infinity. You can get a full view of the object. So only children, these convex mirrors are placed in those heritage sites like monuments, where you can have a full view of the monument. Like in Taj Mahal, in Agra, the Taj Mahal, they have placed a mirror, convex mirror, where if you see the image of the monument, see, you can get the full view. See now, I am holding this convex mirror and I am getting the full view of this classroom. So with a convex mirror you can have the full view. So now let us discuss the uses of a convex mirror. Uses of a convex mirror. Uses of a convex mirror. So first use is, it is used as a rear view mirror. Rear view mirror in vehicles. It is used as a rear view in vehicles. You might have observed, children, whether it is your two-wheeler or a car or a bus, you have mirrors on either side so that the driver will get the view of the traffic that is following. There is a mirror. So what type of mirror it is? Have you observed keenly? You observe keenly, you will understand that you are getting a wide view of the traffic. Though you get the diminished image, but you are getting a wider view. So convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles. A question will be asked, why or which mirror is preferred to be used as a rear view mirror in vehicles, concave or convex? So children, always convex mirror is used as a rear view mirror because it gives a wider view. Though the image is diminished, it will give a wider view of the traffic which is following. You might have observed on the mirror, rear view mirror also it will be written, objects seen in the mirror are smaller or closer than that actually are, like that it will be written. So to get a wide view, we use convex mirror. And also you might have observed in traffic junctions, a mirror will be placed. You might have observed, children, like this. Convex mirror will be placed so that there will be 4 rows like this. Okay, so that the driver can see through this huge mirror the traffic behind him. He can see that. Or what is the vehicles, how many vehicles are coming, he can observe with this huge convex mirror is placed in traffic junctions. And also thirdly, as I said, they are used in place of monuments to get a wider view. As I told you, in Taj Mahal, Agra, or in monuments like Hampi, Virupaksha temple and various monuments, they fix a convex mirror in the entrance so that when you look into the convex mirror, you will get a full view of the monument. So these are the uses and the description regarding the formation of image in a convex mirror. Now let us further study the sign convention that should be followed while using this convex mirror or calculate the image distance, object distance and focal length. Okay, so the sign convention is studied and the mirror formula is discussed. So now let us proceed with the new Cartesian sign convention for spherical mirrors. This sign convention is universal. This sign convention is universal. It is followed every part of the world. This is universal. So the new Cartesian sign is adopted so that the image distance, object distance and the focal length is taken with the same convention everywhere so that we don't do errors in calculating mirror formula or distance of the image, distance of the object. So to understand new Cartesian sign convention, we have a spherical mirror, and this new Cartesian sign convention is applicable for all spherical mirrors for all situations. So it is irrespective of the type of spherical mirror, and the position of the object. It is applicable to all situations. So let us take Mn, a spherical mirror, and here the principal axis is taken as the x-axis, xx dash. The principal axis is taken as the Cartesian x-axis, and the pole P is taken as the origin. The pole P is taken as the origin. Then always the distance of the object is measured from the center towards left, towards the object. From here it is calculated, from here to, so the object is here AB. The object distance, which is denoted by u, object distance is denoted by small u. Object distance is always measured from the center, from the pole towards leftwards, so it is negative. So you will be having object distance negative because it is measured from the pole towards left. So whatever measured towards left is taken as negative, and the distance measured to the right side, rightwards, it is taken as positive. And the height of the object which is upwards is taken as positive, and height of the image which is downwards, image or object which is downwards, we take it as negative. And always the direction of the light is from left to right. Like this it will be incident on the mirror. It will be valid taken from left side of the spherical mirror, and also the object will be placed on the left side of the spherical mirror, irrespective of whether it is a convex or concave mirror. And image distance is denoted by small v. Image distance is denoted by small v, and the focal length is the distance between the principal, it is the distance between the principal focus and the pole. It is the distance between the principal focus and the pole. And the relation between these three, that is the object distance u, image distance v, and the focal length v, is given by the reciprocal of the focal length 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v, and this is called as mirror formula. This is called as mirror formula. Using this formula you have to solve the numericals. So the mirror formula is the reciprocal of the focal length is equal to the reciprocal of the object distance plus the reciprocal of the image distance. So if you know the image distance and object distance, you can calculate the focal length, or if you know the focal length and object distance, you can calculate the position of the image, or if you know the focal length and the position where the image is formed, you can calculate the position of the object. So this is very important formula where you have to solve the numericals. So the sign convention, new Cartesian sign convention, is a universal one, and it is applicable to all spherical mirrors irrespective of situations where the object is placed. So now let us proceed with the magnification, the term magnification. So how do we define magnification? Here magnification is, it gives us to what extent the image has been magnified with respect to the size of the object. Means magnification helps us to express to what extent the size of the image has been magnified with respect to size of the object. So it is the ratio of height of the image h dash, height of the image h dash to the height of the object h. So magnification is denoted by small m. It is the ratio of h dash by h. This is an important formula. Okay, it is the ratio of height of the image. H dash denotes height of the image to the height of the object. H denotes height of the object. So magnification is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. And magnification is also related to the object distance and image distance. It also gives us the object distance and image distance. So m is equal to minus v by u. M is equal to minus v by u, where it is the negative of the image distance to the object distance. The negative sign indicates that the image is a real image. A real image will have a negative sign and a virtual image will have a positive sign. So the sign indicates whether the image is, whether it is a virtual image or a real image. Therefore, you can say magnification m is equal to ratio of height of the image to the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object, and also it is the ratio of the image distance to the object distance, and negative sign indicates, it expresses whether the image is real or virtual. So virtual image will be positive because it is upwards, and real image will be inverted, so it is negative. Okay, sometimes they will give in a numerical problem, they may give you the magnification and they may give you the height of the object, they may give you. So you need to calculate height of the image formed, or they may give you these two, magnification and height of the image, and you need to calculate height of the object. Or sometimes they may give you the image distance and object distance and you need to calculate the magnification, or magnification value is given, image distance is given, you can calculate the object distance. Or sometimes they will give you only these four values. They will give in the numerical problem, they will give you the height of the object, height of the image, and also the image distance, but they will ask you to calculate the object distance. So out of the four values, any three values will be given, and you need to see whether it is a real image or a virtual image depending upon the mirror, whether it is a convex mirror or a concave mirror. Okay, so always a concave mirror we have a real images, and a convex mirror we have a virtual images, and virtual image is positive and real image we have negative. So dear children, this is regarding the magnification. So you learnt about the mirror formula, which is reciprocal of the focal length is equal to sum of the reciprocal of image distance plus object distance. And also you learnt about the magnification, which is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object, or it is the ratio of the image distance to the object distance with a negative sign indicating whether it is a real image or a virtual image. So you go through the reader and the numerical problems in page 80. There you go through them and you have to write them as your assignment. Page 80 numericals as your assignments. Okay. So go through this, children, and we will conclude with the magnification and with the mirror formula and the magnification formula. In our next video we will proceed with the next. Here we are going to conclude with the reflection, one of the property exhibited by light, that is reflection. So we studied the reflection in a plane mirror, we studied the properties exhibited by a plane mirror, and also reflection in a spherical mirrors, that is convex mirror and concave mirror. We studied how the image is formed in a convex and concave mirror, and also the uses of convex and concave mirror. So the next phenomenon that we are going to learn is refraction. We are going to learn refraction, the laws of refraction, and also refraction through lens. A lens, a glass slab, and also prism. Okay, children, so go through the reader and write the numericals also and write all the terms. Thank you, children.